Hey, welcome to Students Netherlands. This is Kay, and I am making another update regarding Saxion and what my experience has been in this college, which is not really a serious college if you think about it. Um, I have enrolled into a HBO bachelor program, and their bachelor is actually not a real bachelor, and I'm gonna make a video about that in my next episode. But today I have a guest student who would like to uh, who I'm gonna interview, and who wants to share his experience also. He is a international student like myself, and his name is Kevin. And hello, Kevin. How are you doing today?
Well, not great with all the deadlines coming, but yeah,
Okay.
still survive. Yeah.
All right. So you have a lot of deadlines. You're in Saxion, right? What are you studying there?
I'm studying in ICT.
You're studying ICT. Okay.
Yeah.
And how long is that program at Saxion?
I've been. Oh, how long is that? You mean like the duration of that?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
the
it's
duration,
like
yeah.
4 years. Yeah.
4 years, okay. And which year are you in now?
Well, it's kind of complicated. I should be in third year, but now I'm doing like a lot of subjects from second year. So yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
3 year.
yeah, so you should be in the third year, but you're still stuck in the second year. Is that right?
Yes, it's just normal Saxion thing, I guess.
Okay, all right. And so first of all, I want to understand all this process, how you got into it, and where you stand, and what your experience has been. And we're gonna share this with the people and watching, and they can find out whether they want to enroll in a college like Saxion in Netherlands or not. So first question to you is that what attracted you to join Saxion?
Well, at first when I was in my country, yeah, I wanted to go to Europe to study, and I really love the Netherlands. And I've been going to agencies, and the marketing of Saxion is kind of good though. Like they advertise the school pretty nicely, and the price was also like one of the cheapest that I could find. So yeah, that's how I chose Saxion.
Okay, well, it's interesting you define Saxion to be cheap, um, because for international students everything is expensive. But what you're saying to me, this was on the cheaper end of the side comparing with other normal colleges, correct?
Like comparing to what I could find and could apply, but like when I study here, I think it's too expensive for non-EU. Like especially for students who are from a very poor country like me.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I agree with you because the fees is completely unfair. In Germany, the fee is exactly the same as any other student. So I like that structure more because it doesn't matter which country you're coming from. A student who don't really rely on their parents, they are more or less on their own, and it's fair to give everybody the equal opportunity to get education, and let them do the hard work, and then the state can provide education. So I completely agree with that, and that's an agenda I'm gonna take on with the system here, because I have a plan to bring the EU fees and the non-EU fees together, and make it a single, like Germany has it. So why can't we do it? So
That
that's
would be
another
nice.
thing.
I think it's kind of hot, man.
No, I don't think it's hard. It's just having people agree with it, and they can change the law. Because you see, when students go abroad, they actually get part of the economy, and then if they are secure and they can find jobs, they actually is an investment for the country. So in Germany, their system is booming because they've attracted a lot of talent. So if the student is working hard, they're gonna make something out of themselves. They're gonna find a nice job, and then they're gonna pay taxes. They're not gonna want to go somewhere else, and that's not happening here. Okay, so that's a negative point which I have for Netherlands, that the fees is too expensive. Okay, so my second question to you is, Kevin, is how difficult was it for you to get admission in Saxion, or how easy was it for you to just get in?
Oh, I thought it was hard because like the paperwork was like a lot, but it was quite easier than other countries. I think like because I have friends who apply for the States or to UK. I think it was pretty easy. Not too easy, but all my papers were like verified first try. So yeah, for me it was not too easy. Oh, not too easy and not too difficult.
Okay. Well, my experience that it was quite easy, but they were really questioning what are the documents I had, and the process was really lengthy, and they just but what I understand that being the HBO college, it's very easy. It's supposed to be very easy to get into. Okay, so so my another question to you is that after being in Saxion college in Netherlands, what expectations have been achieved, or you hope that you have achieved in Saxion? What have been achieved in your mind from coming and then now experiencing it?
Well, I think the only thing that I achieved from my expectation was the international environment of the school. I think that's all. I don't want to talk about the respect of the knowledge they teach there because it's it's far from my expectation for sure.
Okay.
Very far. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to comment more on that? Like, what's wrong with the education they provide?
Well, to be more clear, then like they have very ill-designed subjects. They have teachers who have not enough capability of teaching. They have teachers who doesn't want to teach. That's and many more. You like as you have done many interviews with other students, you already know that, right? Because I don't want to list them all out. We'll take the whole day.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I have talked to tens of students, and they all have complained that the teachers aren't either qualified or they're not interested to help you or teach you. They're just out there to hand out assignments and then tell you you gotta get it done. And there's no way to really learn from you're on your own basically, right?
Yeah, like only a few teachers are good, and others they just like they were paid to read the slides. So it was very bad, man. Like only some are good, only a few. Rarely see a good teacher in here.
Yeah. Would you say maybe 1 out of 5 teacher is maybe a good teacher, or 1 out of 10?
I would say and he even like learned some coding as well, even if it's not his strength. But yeah,
Okay.
only some of them, yeah, but not all.
So would you say 1 out of 5 teacher is good, or 1 out of 10, for example, or 1 out of 20?
I guess one like maybe 2 or 3 out of every.
Every what? Okay.
Yeah, every teacher in the school, yeah.
So you're saying 2 or 3 teachers in the
Yeah,
whole
out of
college?
every, yeah. Sorry, what?
Are you saying only 2 or 3 students are good in the whole college? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean the teachers. You're talking about the teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Through my experience.
Okay. So another question that is really is good to talk about, that do you think you learn anything during the classes at Saxion? Did you think you were learning in the classes?
Well, I think yes, of course I do learn in the classes, but like I can still learn the same amount if I self-study and read the slides because basically they just read the slides. Yeah, but some teachers are like, if I get lucky, I got put into the classes with nice teachers. They offer help. They offer like explanation. But others, like most of the teachers, they just read the slides. And yeah, I can just do it myself at home.
Okay, so you're saying that the learning that you're getting at Saxion is more or less self-study. You're not really getting any real teaching that you feel that you're being taught. You don't get that.
Yeah, I rarely get that.
Okay,
Rarely.
all right. Okay, so what do you think is wrong with the teaching method at Saxion? What do you think is why it's not working for most students who
Well,
come
I
here?
think it's the lack of qualified teachers, for sure, because there was one subject, like the game building, oh, not like, yeah, game building project, and they hired a magazine designer to teach us how to code. So it was pretty messed up. Yeah, I
Ye-
think and also another problem is that the head of the major, they don't do enough research on the difficulty of the exams. Like they give the exams harder than what they taught, so it was
Okay.
very
Yeah.
hard for us to pass all the exams.
Yeah. And I think what you're saying is that I absolutely follow that, because I think that they don't really care about students passing. It's in their interest for students to fail, because then they have to stay even
Yeah,
longer to keep studying, right?
and spend more money. Yeah,
Yeah, and then it's all about money. And then I think the international students are paid even less attention because they get more money from them, right? So that's a clear point, that they really don't care about you passing or not. They yeah. And if you didn't learn it, whose fault it is? It's students' fault, right? Okay.
yeah. They hire cheap teachers and let in expensive students.
Yeah,
Way of making
but
money.
actually they do pay a lot to their teachers. I mean, I'm still a student, so maybe it's a lot for me, or maybe it's average for other colleges. So I think they pay good amount, and for that they're getting not a good value, because, as you mentioned, there are teachers who are teaching computing courses who have no background in computing. Okay,
Yeah,
and that shouldn't be happening in a place where you have people who are just handing out slides and PDFs and giving you and telling you to go to YouTube and go learn by yourself, go find help among other students. That's what they're doing, okay, in most of the classes. Okay, so do you think Netherlands is, where do you rank Netherlands in, sorry, not Netherlands, but Saxion in Netherlands? Where do you rank this college Saxion in Netherlands? How do you rank it? Where do you rank it?
all right. But first of all, I will tell you about the ranking of Saxion first. I think it's in top 10 out of 13 university. Like not like a research one or applied science university. So it's already not in a good place, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and I think they deserve that place for sure.
okay. So I have become more familiar with the Dutch institutions, educational institutions,
Yeah,
and there are normal universities, and there are the hogeschool, which are like a university of applied sciences, and there are probably like 25 of these in Netherlands, at least. And I'm gonna be making a video about this, and let international people who are not in Netherlands and they're not familiar with all the system. So I'm gonna differentiate and explain what is the difference between these colleges, because the Saxion is actually not a university. Okay, it's only a college level who is also not authorized to award science degrees. They rank as a lower institutional place than a normal university. And this is a video that's coming out. So if you subscribe to this channel, you can be notified of this video update. So one of my last questions, and then we're done today. And I want to thank you, Kevin, for coming on to Student Netherlands and sharing your experience. So would you recommend a Saxion to anybody?
well, I would recommend studying in the Netherlands, but it wouldn't be a Saxion, yeah, for sure. But I
Okay.
would recommend studying in the Netherlands. It's a beautiful country, very nice country with friendly people.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree to that. Netherlands is a nice country. They are nice, it's safe, it's economically stable. So there are a lot of positives to the country. But the college has been a real problem, especially it seems to be a factory where they get new customers who doesn't know inexperienced customers, and then once they're in, after a year, they realize that they're in a very bad place, and then they're stuck. They've invested their time, their money. It's very difficult to change college if you're an international student. You have to move. There's no accommodation, and that's one of the negative points. So you cannot find accommodation in this country. Okay, it's just
Yeah,
very difficult.
That's a problem for a lot of students now.
Yeah,
Accommodation. Yeah.
correct. So that wraps up our interview. And do you want to comment anything further regarding this college section?
Well, just don't apply here. That's all.
Yeah, stay away from Saxion. And if you want to learn, go to YouTube because that's what they're telling us to do. Go learn by yourself. You should know it by now. It's your job to learn. We're not going to teach you this way. Let's not get complicated with these questions and answers, right? They want to keep things simple and not let students ask any questions because they don't have the answer if they're not having the computing as a background, but they're teaching it, right? So I really think they hire some teachers through, references, or I mean, education has nothing to do what they're trying to teach. Okay, and over the years, when a new teacher joins, that teacher is like, oh, I don't know, I'm a new teacher, and then they just learn how to hand out things, and then I mean, if you do something. If you sit there and push a button for 5 years, you'll become expert of that, even if you know nothing about it. So what they're doing is just doing the same thing. They don't have the real experience and background and education to come and teach that. So that's all I want to add today. And thank you for watching. And thank you, Kevin, again for coming on. And I wish everybody a nice year. And I'll see you next time.